Your first target of interest in the Stave is we have the Ruskin Dam right here, and your first target of interest in the Stave is the Prospector mine. And the Prospector mine you can find in this general area here. You can look up on the MTO, go to the MTO, look at the mines in this area. One of those Prospector mines probably staked right now. Prospector mine was featured in Curse of the Frozen Gold and in many of Crom 2000's videos as well. It's got a very interesting history. It's an incredible location. Moving along from the Prospector mine, going up the Stave, we have the infamous 79 Creek right here. I made another video about this placer creeks of the lower mainland. There's all kinds of interesting spots along there where you can find color. Not going to go into that right now. And here, right, this V right here, this was of an interest to Charles A. Miller, author of the Gold Mountains. He believed there's gold right here, and this spot right here, it flows into Kersley Creek that you can see right along here. Continually moving up the lake, we're going to go right here at the north of, this is Alouette Lake right here. North of the Alouette Lake, you have the North Alouette River, which flows in here. This has placer gold in it, here and here possibly. Moving along from there, you go into Glacier Creek, which is right here. This features prominently in the Cromarty Lost Mine lore and in Charles A. Miller. If you go up Glacier Creek here, you can see, when you look, some rust alteration right in here, some in here. If I was to dig for gold in here, I'd head into this area, maybe pan down in there as well, and possibly go up this canyon as well. It's got some rust in it. And moving along from Glacier Creek, you move over to the infamous. So moving on from Glacier Creek, we go over the ridge here to the infamous Tingle Creek, which flows into the Stave right here. And there are many locations in this area. One of the locations in this area, if we go across the ridge, is a site that's been suspected as being mined by the infamous Stave Lake prospector, Cromarty. You can find out more about Cromarty in the book The Gold Mountains. His location sometimes gets mistaken for being connected to Slumach, and it's got absolutely nothing to do with Slumach whatsoever. And moving on from, Cromarty's spots, there's another spot across the way right here. Way in this valley, if you look. You can sort of see it's a bit rusty here. This spot was a favorite of a map dowser who believed it was like a 4 ounce per ton deposit or something like that. Only one way to find out is go there, take a sample. But of course we know it's in the park. And moving up Tingle, all the way to Tingle Lake, which is right here, there's some prospectors, or a prospector, who used to live in Princeton. He's now passed away. And he believed that Tingle Lake would sometimes drain and would be completely empty. And at the bottom of Tingle Lake was the Lost Valley, the Lost Creek mine, the canyon. It's hidden under the lake. He believed that firmly. And if you challenged him, he would laugh at you. The Lost Mine is underneath Tingle Lake, and Tingle Lake drains once in a while, and it reveals itself. Believe it or not. Anyway, I'm not going to say any more about Tingle Lake because, I just won't. Anyway, moving along from Tingle Lake into the upper Stave, across the way in the upper Stave, we have Roaring Creek, which is this river right here. I've been up it myself. We went here, way up here, across this bridge right around here because there's supposed to be a deposit in here somewhere. And also at the mouth of Roaring Creek, this was a placer operation at some point. But it's mentioned in, once again, the infamous Charles A. Miller Golden Mountains. So it's placer operation right here. This would be worth thorough investigation. Maybe go down here, pan, maybe metal detect down there. Who knows? Not very well known about, that's for sure. And moving on from Roaring Creek, once we go further up, we have Winslow Creek, which is this bad boy right here. And this flows way into the boonies. We've been up in here as well. It's where we found the trailer where there was a grow show a long time ago. And there's supposed to be gold in here and a deposit up here as well, which is a record you can find actually on the mineral titles online. How much gold there is not known, but if one wanted to run away from society and hide from the world, this would be a great place to go. It's incredible in there. And moving up into the upper Stave, now we're headed into true lost mine land. We have, of course, Thomas Lake, and I tried to get to Thomas Lake, of course, a long time ago on the quads. We never made it to Thomas Lake, but it was a great trip. And, of course, Thomas Lake has its gold up here on the ridge. You can see it right there. This is the infamous deposit on Thomas Lake. I'm not going to go into any more details. You can, there's other places where you can find information on that. And moving on from Thomas Lake, we go up the state and we head into true lost mine land. And that's where I'm going to stop this video. That is, off the top of my head, a brief history of the gold deposits one can find in the Stave Lake area. I hope you enjoyed.